All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I would like to give all praise and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Kakodash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of GMS who rule well, teach well, being great examples to his younger brothers. And peace and blessings and salutations to the hopeful look out there pushing his word and truth and in sincerity across the four winds. In the name of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, pushing to get up out here. Shalom to the hopeful leg, the believers, the listeners whom have came back to the obedience of the scriptures through faith in Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. All right, and what I want to get into today is dealing with the book of St. John, chapter 9, verse 4. All right, I only read in the KJV and in the NLT. Okay, so when you read in the KJV, this is Yahweh Shai speaking. All right, as you can see it in red, it says, I must work, all right, the works of him that sent me while it is day. The night cometh when no man worketh. Okay, and let's read it in the NLT. We must quickly carry out the task assigned us by the one who sent us. The night is coming, and then no one can work. Okay, and we all have been assigned tasks. You know, Yahweh Shai, which he had, you know, the biggest task, all right, which is to redeem Israel back to the Father. Okay, so within that, Yahweh Shai, all right, he was locked in, he was tapped into that assignment, okay, that was given him by the Father. Okay, and we all have tasks that's been given to us by Yahweh Shai. Okay, so we have this grace period, all right, to complete the task assigned to us, man. Every brother, you know, has their own portion, you know, their own office in this ministry. Okay, and Yahweh Shai expects us, you know, to complete our task, man. You know, and to be on par with our task is to be engaged into the ministry, man. You know, constantly engaged into this thing because this is our life now. Okay, and you go into this word night. Okay, because we don't have forever to teach. You know, Elder Zahab, you know, makes the point of how you know, this the only chance we have, you know, to prove ourselves to Yahweh Shai. This the one opportunity that we got. Okay, and it says let's go here. Let's get this word night. All right, because there's gonna come a time, you know, when we don't have the ability, okay, to teach and put lessons up. Their portion of the ministry is gonna be over. So you get that word night in the Greek.
Strong's G 3571. Nukes.
I had spiritual night goes into nukes. It says metaphorically the time, all right, when work ceases. Okay, because this grace period is for a period of time. You see, and that's why, you know, as believers, as you're watching and listening to this word, you know, you should be being built up, edified, fully persuaded in what you believe in. Okay, because there's gonna come a time when there's not gonna be any more edification going out, any more lessons going out. Okay, it's just gonna have to be in us. Okay, so while we have, you know, the day, because the day, the opposite of night, is the time when we can complete these tasks. Okay, the allotted period, because the day is an allotted time, you know, to do work, and then you have the night when there was a time to cease work. So we have a allotted time to do this work, and then there's a time when the work is going to cease. Okay, so within that period of the day, you know, we should be occupied in our office, man. Okay, even go here. All right, with St. John chapter 4. All right, St. John chapter 4 and verse 35. It says, say not ye, there are yet 4 months, and then cometh harvest. Behold, I say unto you, lift up your eyes and look on the fields, for they are white already to harvest. Okay, open your eyes, okay, and look on the field, because they are white to harvest, man. Okay, so Yahweh Shai, you know, was always about proactive, okay, about taking, opportunity, okay, to be a part of the work, man, to be a part of the labor. He understood there was a big labor, all right, of teaching the elect. That's a big task, okay, and that task has been divided, amongst the men, all right, whom the Lord has predestined, to be the prophets and the teachers, okay, of the church. You see, so Yahweh Shai, like, look, don't have the mindset of, procrastination, okay, or saying that you got time, you'll get to it tomorrow, that procrastination spirit. No, the time is now. We're in the time now where we're building the kingdom, and it's through teaching. Right now, us teaching is building the kingdom, is edifying the minds, all right, of the citizens of the kingdom to come, the Israelites of the elect, which are going to make up, all right, the kingdom to come, beginning with the first fruits and the men, women, and children of the 1/3. Well, when we teach, okay, we're building the citizens of the kingdom up, which is building the kingdom, because the kingdom, all right, the core of a kingdom or rulership, a nation, is the people, okay? Then you have the physical place, okay? Then you have, the structure, okay? But it begins with what? Wisdom, okay? And it says, I'm gonna jump up to John 4:34. It says, Yahweh Shah said unto them, my meat is to do the will of them, all right, the will of him, all right, which is the heavenly Father that sent me, and to finish his work, man. So we gotta finish this thing, man. That's why we have to have a mindset of looking forward, not looking back. Always, like Elder Pascal Bar goes into, always looking to the next thing, always looking to the next assignment. Okay, what's next? Okay, that's out the way. What's next? Okay, having the what's next mindset. Okay, we're not here to, you know, bask, okay, in the past and past achievements. Nah, man, we're here to constantly move forward, okay, because we're working towards something. You see, so we're here to finish the work given to us, man. Okay, finish the assignment that was given to us. And when you go to here and read in the NLT, it said, then how shall I explain? Because what is meat used for? Nourishment. Okay, because meat has a bad rep now because the way that Esau destroys and pollutes everything. Okay, but meat in itself, the lawful meats, all right, are nourishment to the body. They full of nutrients, different vitamins, minerals. And, meat has a lot of things into it. Protein, okay, good fats. Okay, this side, he just, has destroyed the quality of meat, and people overconsume it. You see, well, meat in this natural essence, okay, is a nourishment to the body. It says, then Yahweh shall explain, my nourishment comes from doing the will of the Most High who sent me and from finishing his work, man. Okay, so we're nourished by doing this, man. We should be nourished in the spirit, man, because there's no feeling like completing, an assignment, a task, man. You know, putting together a lesson, putting it on wax, and the people are edified, man. The church is edified, and it's not for us, to glory in and boast in. No, it's for the benefit that comes to the body. Okay, we do this thing, all right, with the mindset of nation, not individual. Okay, so we're tapped into this thing for the mindset of the nation winning, man. Okay, it says then. Okay, let's get this real quick too. Let's go to, all right, the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 9 and 15. 9 and 16. Yep. 1 Corinthians 9 and 16 said, for though I preach the gospel, I have nothing to glory of, for necessity is laid upon me. Yeah, woe is me. Woe is unto me if I preach not the gospel. Okay, you read this in the NLT. Yeah, preaching the good news is not something I can boast about. I am compelled by the Most High to do it. How terrible for me if I didn't preach the good news. Okay? So we don't teach for the sake of boasting. We teach for the sake of edification and actually building up the nation, man. A ruined people is being built up and beautified through the teaching of His word. Okay? A ruined people is being built up and edified, all right, by the teaching of His word. Arise, O Jerusalem, awake, awake, Jerusalem, put on thy beautiful garments. Okay, and then those beautiful garments goes into a conduct. Okay, well, how are people learning? Okay, proper conduct and righteousness is what? Through the teaching, man, of the gospel, the good news, man. Okay, so when you go to verse 17, it says, for if I do this willingly, I have a reward. But if against my will, a disposition, all right, a dispensation of the gospel is committed unto me. So when we go here, remember we all been assigned, okay, task. Okay, why I say woe is me, destruction. You see, destruction to me if we don't fulfill our lot, okay, in this ministry, man. Okay, so you go to the word dispensation.
Strong's G 3622. Oikonomia. Oikonomia.
Economia. All right, that's where you get the word economy. Okay, and what it says the management of household or household affairs, specifically the management, oversight, administration of others' properties. Okay, and who property we're overseeing? Okay, is the oversight, okay, of the elect. You know, the church of Yahweh Bashim Al Shai. You know, that's what we're overseeing. Okay, it says the office of a manager or overseer, stewardship, administration, disposition. Okay, administration, disposition, man. So each brother, you know, has been given, you know, an office over a portion of the Lord's sheep. You know, we've been assigned to that, you know, and we've been tasked with the oversight, okay, the building up, the nourishment, okay, of the body, man. You see, and while we have this time, you know, this is our priority during this grace period, you know, is to fulfill our office in Yahweh Shai, and everything else comes second, man. You know? So just getting that point across, man. Lord will you brothers, all right, and you sisters edified till next time I say shalom.